May sakit. Sino may sakit? O yung iba, okay lang yan, Mark. Pagaling ka dyan. Kanina si Gavin nasa 07.
Sir, napapasok lang po ako kasi mag-a-advance po sana ako ng pasok sa Meet. Sa 07 pala ako nakapasok, di pala sa 08.
Kala ko may tina-target lang ka dun, ha?
Naku, hindi.
Si,
Meron na ako.
meron. Malay mo, may bago kang tina-target lang. Hindi natin alam. O yung iba, kamusta? Third year lover. Oo, totoo yan. Third year lover. Nag-rap lang yan. Ay, nag-rap yan sa third year. Baka hindi nyo alam. Nagpabida yan sa third year, ha? Talaga nagpakitang gilas, kumbaga. Nagpakilala, yung kilala. Gavin. O yung iba, kamusta? Bago tayo start. Bakit ganun mga mukha? Pero naka-open cam. Sige. Okay na naman. Okay. Siya. Nakakuha na ba kayo ng module? Nag-chat niyo pala sa akin si Angelo. Sorry na, Angelo. Sobrang busy ko lang talaga. Sobrang busy ng buhay ko.
Okay lang po, sir.
Talagang, Diyos ko, hindi ko na nagagamatan. Legit yun, ha? Ako hindi paano ba? Paano kaya explain? Kaya, pag minsan ako nakakapag-reply, sobrang busy ko talaga. As in, kahit ako'y online. Akala niyo lang ako'y online. Pero yun ay ino-open ko lang. Pero nakikita kong may nagchat-chat. Hindi ko lang mabuklat kasi nga. Basta, ako ay basta wag na saka na. Basta ayoko munang magkukuwento. Basta hindi pa okey, hindi pa ako okey. Ayoko munang basta yun na lang, ano nga, pero nakikita ko na may nagchat-chat kasi may nagno-notification sa akin. So, nakikita ko yun, may nag-chat. Don't worry, nakikita ko naman. And sino-solve ko naman ano, talagang nangulangot pa si Karen sa ating kitang-kita ko lahat ng ginagawa niya habang hindi niya alam. Sampung aking mata sa Google Meet. Sige, tama ba ako? Yung ibang originally from 07 nandito na sa 08.
Yes po, sir. Bali, isa lang pong napahiwalay kasi po conflict.
Okay siya, sige. And then, ang concern sa akin ng Jello, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, wala daw module yung mga nasa 07.
Yes po, sir.
Huwag na nating bigyan, hayaan niyo na. Para may, kumbaga mapaglamang, ano nga, kung si Gavin, bibigyan niya pa ng module. Pag na, Diyos ko, aanhin ba ganyan yan? Baka tawanan lang yan. Diba? Wag na, masasayang lang papel kay Gavin. Mga gano'n. Sa sige, kung gano'n ang instances, o di kukuha na lang kayo dito. Make sure lang, kapag humingi ako ng number of students na kumuha ng module, i-include nyo sa section ninyo. Kasi ngayon, nasa section nyo na sila. Okay? Pinalipat ko sila sa ibang sections. And actually, Jello, aside from 07, meron din from 06 yata na lumipat. So, you must be aware of that kung ilan yung mga students na lumipat from 08. Kasi marami ang lumipat sa 08. Alam ko sa 06 may dalawa yata ang lumipat. Are you aware of that?
Yung sa 06 po, ngayon ko lang po na ano. Pero yung sa 07 po, alam ko pong 07.
Or baka hindi sa 08. Hindi sa 08 yun. Hindi ako nagkakamali. Sina Obina. Ano na isa? Ay, Vince daw magpapad eh. Ano si Vince? Nandito ka si Vince.
Sir, bakit po?
Sa'yo daw magpapaan. Are you aware? Aware ka ga?
Na
Na
maglilipat
may
po
lipat
si
from
Naobina po.
06. Sabi ko, kailan lang si Vince? Oo daw. Sabi siya, magpapaka kay Vince ha. Sabi, sige daw. Nagsabi na sa'yo?
Yes po, sir. Sila po yung nagpa-add po sa GC po sa akin. Sa 08 po.
Sino? Sige nga, banggitin mo nga yung isa.
Ang nabanggit lang po sa akin ay yung si Al Dominic Baon tsaka si LJ Obina po.
Nasaan sila? Nandito ba sila yung dalawa? Sabihin na.
Yes,
Ayusin
sir.
na. Kaya nandiyan pala. Let's go. Buti ka na, Nick. Yan yung dalawa. May module na kaya? Sabihin na, AJ.
Wala pa po kami module, sir.
Wala pa. Magsasabi ko kay Jello ha, kasi si Jello ang pinaka... Sino ang BOD ko dito? Si Jello. Tatlo yun, tatlo. Si Jello. Basta magsasabi kayo sa tatlong BOD. Ha? Maliwanag.
Apo, sir.
Okay. Kayo ay nasa kamay ngayon ni Jello. So, ang tatay nyo ngayon dito ay si Jello. Kakaintindihan ka, Obi. Tsaka yung magsasabi. Okay. Yan, Daddy. Daddy Jello. Now, aside from that, I would like to inform to those students na dito yung nag-join. Kung kayo ay nag-take ng quiz, makinig ng mabuti ha, Gavin and others. Pag kayo mga nagko-quiz, pag kayo ay mga nagpapangalan ng papel, ang ilalagay nyo sections, originally, kung saan kayo enroll. Pero dito lang kayo attend ng klase. Nagkakaintindihan tayo doon. Mag-react nga yung mga bagong pasok dito sa O8. Pag kayo magpapangalan ng pangalan at maglalagay ng sections, ang ilalagay yung sections is originally kung saan kayo enroll. Maliwanag po? O by speaking, yes, Gavin.
Sir, paano po pag sa major exam, saan po kami magro-room po? Sa O8 po or sa O7 po?
O8 pa din. But don't worry, Gavin. Naka-sitting arrangement yan. Ayaw ka na makakatabi mo si Vince. No, baka mamaya mahuli kayong dalawa, perfect ang lahat. Ano nga? Ayaw kong mangyayari ng makakahuli tapos perfect ang lahat. Pwede naman sige, try ko pala. Magkakatabi yung Oo nga, no? Para may mahuli talaga, dapat magkakatabi. Yung magkakakilala yung magkakatabi. Tama. Nagkaroon ako na idea. Sige, magkatabi kayo dahil ni Vincent. Okay? Sorry na lang daw, Gabi. Oo nga, tama. Nagkaroon ako ng idea. Yung magkakaibigan ang magkakatabi sa sitting isa. Tama, hindi ako magpapasiting arrangement. Para may mahuli. Oo nga, no? Ang galing. Hindi ko wala naisip yun. Kasi pag ako alphabetically arranged, hindi nyo kakilala yung katabi nyo. Hindi naman manunulad. Hindi ka? So kaya yun, sabi patulad. Hindi ka? Hindi mo kakilala ka pala na ng mukha mo pag manunulad ka tapos di mo naman kilala. Tapos third year ang tutularan mo, no? Hello po, sir. Sensya na po. Wait lang ha. Lilipat lang ako. Thank you, sir. Okay. Now, tama. Kay Gavin ka lang yung naisip. Buti na lang, nandun ko si Gavin. Sa CV, going back with our discussion, tama ba ako? Ang last nating discussion is all about classifications of internal combustion engine and ang natapos pa lang natin is letter A pa lang, which is according to the number of strokes. Tama ba ako?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, so sige, allow me to share my screen and kindly confirm if may nakikita kayong shared screen. Huwag kayong gagaya kanina sa third year. Ako'y nagmamakaawa na sila'y sumagot dahil hindi nasagot P. Talagang dumating ako sa punto. Pagkatapos lang ng klase namin yun, ako'y nagmamakaawa na. Kasi hindi ko maintindihan kung naiintindihan ba o hindi. Tunay, dumating ako sa puntong nagmamakaawa na ako na sumagot. Kaya guys, naman na. Okay. Sige, may nakikita na kayong shared screen.
Kita na po, sir.
For those students who are not opening their camera, wala kayo dyan ha. Later, pag kayo ay huwag hindi na kayo nakakabalik. Kay automatically, naka-block na. Ngayon dati nakakabalik pa ngayon, hindi na. Ibablock ko na para tapos ng laban. Okay. Last time, we talk about the classifications of engine according to the number of strokes. And dito, Na-discuss natin yung 2-stroke and 4-strokes engine. Proceed tayo according to the type of fuel that is being used. Recall lang tayo ng ating discussion last time. Last time, we talk about the elements of combustion. For us to produce fire, kinakailangan ng air, fuel, and ng heat. And since we are dealing with fuel, meron tayong solid fuel, liquid fuel, and gaseous fuel. Proceed tayo to talk about the gaseous fuel. Since we are dealing with internal combustion engine, most of the fuels na ginagamit natin ay gaseous and liquid fuel. Pero more on gaseous fuel talaga. Siyempre, una muna is the gasoline or the gasoline fuel. Nakakita na naman kayo ng gasoline fuel, di ba?
Yes po, sir.
Yung iba, nabe-visualize ang gasoline
Yes po,
fuel.
sir.
Yes po, sir.
Yes
Sige
po.
nga, anong kulay ng gasolina? Ng gasoline, pag kayo nagpagasolina sa gasolinahan,
Kulay pula, sir.
kulay pula. Kulay pula. May kulay green ka na gasoline fuel?
Opo.
Meron po.
Meron din. Depende yan. Ano? So, gasoline fuel, it is a highly flammable liquid fuel that is derived from the fractional distillation of petroleum and is widely used in spark ignition internal combustion engines. It has a high volatility which allows it to vaporize easily and mix well with air for efficient combustion. Its high octane rating helps prevent engine knocking, making it suitable for high speed and lighty duty engines such as those in cars and motorcycles. Ang kailangan ko lang naman is ipa-visualize sa inyo ano yung gasoline engine. Since aware naman kayo and popular, so no need to, later, mas bigyan natin ng deeper understanding yung gasoline fuel. Proceed tayo with diesel fuel or fuel oil. Aware sa diesel fuel, nakakita na?
Yes po, sir.
O, pag magpapagasolina, diesel po. Diba? So, yun yung diesel fuel. So, diesel oil, also known as fuel oil, is a heavier petroleum product that is used in a compression ignition internal combustion engines. Unlike gasoline, diesel has a higher energy density and requires higher compression in order to ignite, eliminating the needs of spark plug. Diesel engines are named for their fuel efficiency, durability, and ability to produce high torque, making diesel oil ideal for heavy-duty vehicles, trucks, buses, ships, and industrial machines. Now, when we are speaking or dealing or comparing na lang, when we are comparing gasoline to diesel fuel, in terms of the internal combustion engine, si gasoline fuel, para daw mag-ignite yung combustion or para daw makapag-produce ng combustion, kailangan pang gamitan ng spark plug or isang device which is the spark plug nga para mag-ignite yung fuel in a compressed air. However, dito sa diesel fuel, kahit dito sa diesel fuel, hindi na kinakailangan ng spark plug or ng any device in order to ignite the fuel. Ang kinakailangan lang is yung compressed air na may high pressure and high temperature, and once na mag-react siya sa diesel fuel, automatically it will explode. Bakit? Because ang diesel fuel, based on our definition, has a high energy density. Kapag may high energy density, may malaki siyang potential in order to produce combustion and fire. Now, natural gas or methane. Natural gas that is primarily composed of methane is a clean burning gaseous fuel that is used in internal combustion engines that is designed for gas operation. It has a high hydrogen to carbon ratio, resulting in lower carbon dioxide and particulate emissions compared to liquid fuels. Natural gas can be stored as compressed natural gas or CNG or liquefied gas or LNG and is commonly used in buses, vehicles, and stationary power generations. From the word itself, natural gas, that is came from the environment. Now, LPG or the liquefied petroleum gas is a mixture of propane and butane gases that is stored under pressure in liquid form. Siguro naman, nabe-visualize nyo kung ano yung butane. Halimbawa, magpapasanggipsal kayo. Oh, wala na pong butane. O, aware kayo doon sa butane?
Yes po, sir.
Is nabe-visualize? Nakakita na kayo ng butane.
Yes.
Yes po, sir.
Kung hindi pa, sumama kayo kay Gavin at makipag-date kayo sa kanya at pumunta kayo sa sanggipsalan. So, ipapakita sa inyo na Gavin yung butane. Ano nga? Ano nga, Gavin?
Sa red plate na lang.
Okay. Ang butane is also a liquefied petroleum gas. It is a value of its clean combustion, low emissions, and portability, making it a popular choice for internal combustion engines, like in taxis, forklifts, and small power generations. So LPG has a high octane rating, which allows for efficient combustion and reduced engine knocking, while also producing fewer greenhouse gas emissions than gasoline or diesel. Next one is the alcohol, ethyl, and methyl. Alcohol fuels, such as ethyl alcohol or ethanol, and methyl fuel alcohol, which is the methanol, are renewable and cleaner alternatives to traditional petroleum fuels. Ethanol is often produced from biomass sources like sugar cane or corn pala, while methanol is derived from the natural gas, coal, or biomass. Sabi dito, both have high octane ratings, allowing for performance reduced knocking. Alcohol fuels burns cleaner, reducing fuel hamper emissions, but they generally have a lower energy content than gasoline or diesel, which can affect fuel economy. And the dual fuel, there are several engines that use a combinations of two or more fuels. Some usually large internal combustion engines use combinations of methane and a diesel fuel. These are attractive in developing third world countries because of the high cost of diesel fuel. Combined gasohol fuels are becoming more common as an alternative to straight gasoline automobiles engine fuel. Actually, itong dual fuel, hindi pa masyadong na pa-practice dito sa ating industry. Siguro takot ba? Sumabog. O baka hindi mag-work. No? But some of the countries, or there are some industry na, pinapractice na and pinag-aaralan na on how they can perform in a dual fuel. Dito sa ating combustion engineering, dito sa ating combustion engineering, i-discuss natin yung deeper understanding of a dual fuel, which is sa internal combustion engine, gagamitan natin ng diesel fuel and gasoline fuel ang isang cylinder para makapag-produce ng combustion. So, ang mga susunod na araw, makikita ninyo on how a dual fuel works. And the gasohol, which is a common fuel consisting of 90% gasoline and 10% alcohol. So, alam naman natin yung gasohol is consisting of gasoline and alcohol. Pero, take note na ang gasoline consists of 90%. Ang alcohol is 10%. Now, is according to the method of ignition. So, ito ang mahalaga natin yung pag-aralan. Ito ay kasama sa ating application when we are computing. Makinig ng mabuti kasi ito ay when we are solving different problems sa ating midterm examination. Again, nagpal lang ulit tayo. Sa ating four-stroke engine, di ba meron tayong 4 na stroke? Ang first stroke is suction stroke. Second stroke is combustion stroke. Third stroke is power stroke. And the fourth stroke is the exhaust stroke. Tama ba po with our four-stroke engine?
Yes po, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Now, let us see the difference of a spark ignition and a compression ignition. Take note, kapag narinig nyo yung word na spark ignition, that is automatically a gasoline engine. Take note of that. Tama ba, Gavin? Naturo ko sa inyo?
Yes po, sir.
O, pag compression na ng tawag dito. Sige, Gavin.
Dual po.
Sasabihin kita kay Ma'am Riosa, ang tawag dito is a diesel engine. Pag may narinig kayong spark ignition, gasoline engine. Kapag compression ignition, diesel engine. Now, i-compare natin yung 4-stroke. Kasi, yung ating very general. 4-stroke engine. Yung specific tayo. 4-stroke gasoline engine. 4-stroke diesel engine. 4-stroke diesel engine, 4-stroke gasoline engine, let us compare. In terms of first stroke, parehas naman suction stroke. Suction stroke, parehas naman yung mga stroke nila. Pero tingnan natin yung difference or yung working applications ni gasoline diesel. Pagdating dito kay spark ignition, punta muna tayo sa suction stroke ha. Sa suction stroke, kay spark ignition is that yung working fluid natin is air and fuel. Yung combination ng air and fuel papasok dito sa ating suction, sa ating inlet valve. Meaning to say, yung pumapasok daw na working fuel natin is air and fuel. Okay? Di ba may inlet valve sa suction, merong isasak. Ano ang isasak? Air and fuel dito sa ating gasoline engine. Unlike dito, sa ating diesel fuel, ano ang isasak in the diesel fuel? Take note, ang isasak in the diesel fuel, the inlet valve is only air. Dito, air and fuel. Nakita ang pinagkaibahan ng dalawa?
Yes po, sir.
Others po.
Yes po.
Yes po.
Yes po. Balik tayo kay gasoline. Hindi naman, pati kay diesel. Ngayon, di ba, pag tinap ni gasoline engine, yung air and fuel, ano nga mangyayari sa piston?
Bababa
The
po, sir.
piston will move downwards. Kasi nga, i-occupy yung air and fuel dito sa loob ng ating cylinder. O, meron dito, si gasoline engine, sabi nga sa definition natin, or si spark ignition, may inlet, may spark plug, at may outlet valve. Ngayon, sa suction stroke, ang location ng ating piston is located at the bottom. Kasi kanina nasa top, ngayon nasa bottom na. Tama ba that the locations of the piston from the top, from the suction stroke, ang piston is located at below, or at, below, the bottom. Tama ba? Oh,
Yes po, sir.
okay. Ngayon, ang piston natin is located at the bottom. At is 180 degrees. So, suction stroke. So, kung sa diesel cycle, ganyan lang din. Okay. Now, proceed tayo sa pinagkaiba ng compression stroke. Pagdating dito, kay gasoline engine, what will happen to the piston kapag ginawa natin yung compression stroke? The piston will move upward. And then ngayon, once it moved upward, ipocompress na yung mixture, which is yung air and fuel. Tama? Tama ba yung ating application ng compression stroke?
Yes po, sir.
Ngayon, yun yung sa diesel. Ipocompress lang yung piston, yung mixture na air and fuel. Dito, ganito. Di ba? Meron tayong tinatawag dito inlet valve, may outlet valve, and meron tayong tinatawag na injector na. Instead of spark plugs, ang present dito is injector. Ito ay kung saan dito lang nag-enter or pumapasok yung ating diesel fuel. Kung kanina, ang pinasok lang natin yung air, ang diesel fuel dito natin ipapasok sa injector. Nagkakaintindihan, ang tawag dito is fuel injector, kumbaga. So, ang pinapasok sa diesel fuel. Maliwanag po?
Yes po,
Okay.
sir.
Now, di ba sabi ko sa inyo, during suction stroke, Ang pinapasok lang natin sa diesel engine is air. Kailan mo namin ipapasok yung fuel? Ganito, sa compression stroke. Saka natin ipapasok ang diesel fuel sa compression stroke. Makinig ng mabuti. Di ba kanina ang piston nasa baba? Kapag i-compress na natin yung air, di ba anong mangyayari sa piston? The piston will move upward. Tama?
Yes
Okay.
po, sir.
Now, as the piston approaches upward or habang tumataas ang ating piston, saka tayo unti-unting naglalagay or nag-i-inject sa injector ng diesel fuel. Maliwanag po, ulitin ko. Habang ang piston ay tumataas, unti-unti tayong mag-i-inject ng diesel fuel sa injector. Nakakaintindihan po?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Once ma-reach na ni piston yung pinakataas na area kung saan located ang piston, dapat yung diesel fuel is automatically compressed. What is the air is being compressed by the piston. Nakakaintindihan? Nakakaintindihan po ba?
Yes po,
Yes po.
sir.
Malinaw sa difference
Yes po,
ng
sir.
compression stroke under gasoline at saka kay diesel? Oh, sagot kayo.
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Now, pagdating sa power stroke, balik tayo ngayon kay gasoline engine. Pagdating sa power stroke, di ba sabi nga natin, once na-compress na yung air, it will produce a high pressure and high temperature. Now, gagamitan daw yung spark plug in order to produce combustion, in order to ignite the fuel. Once nag-react ang ating air and fuel dito sa ating spark plug, saka magkakaroon ng combustion. Now, during combustion, what will happen to the piston? The piston will move downward and power is being generated during the power stroke. Tama po ba yung application na sinabi ko?
Yes po, sir.
Yes po.
Now, yun yung sa gasoline engine. Ngayon dito, sa diesel engine, paano po mangyayari ang ating power stroke? Ang power stroke is mangyayari is when, di ba, na-compress natin yung yung air dito sa diesel fuel and mag-inject tayo ng air. No, mag-inject tayo ng air. Ngayon, once mag-react, tatandaan ha, once mag-react, itong ating compressed air na may high pressure and high temperature, mag-react yan sa the diesel fuel, automatically sasabog yan. Hindi na daw kinakailangan ng any devices para mag-ignite yung fuel. Sapat na yung sinasabi natin dito sa ating definition, sapat na may kasi ang diesel fuel ay may high energy density. Ibig sabihin, kapag may high energy density ka, kapag in-react mo yan sa high pressure at high temperature na hangin, automatically it will explode. Kasi diesel fuel reacts, mas malaki yung potential niya mag-react doon sa gasoline fuel to produce fire. Nagkakaintindihan po? Pagdating sa power stroke sa ating diesel engine,
Yes po, sir.
others po. So ngayon, nag-react yung compressed air sa diesel fuel, hindi kinailangan ng any devices, sumabog. And then the piston will move downward and power is being generated. At parehas naman sila ng exhaust stroke. Once the power is being generated, in order for you to discharge the power, bubuksan lang naman natin itong outlet valve and then unti-unti natin itaas ang ating piston para ma-discharge lahat ng power para magamit sa mechanical works. Now, same lang din kay diesel engine. Ang fourth stroke or the exhaust stroke bubuksan lang 'to, and then 'pag nabuksan yung exhaust valve, unti-unting itaas ng piston, and then the power is being discharged in the at the outlet valve para makapag-produce ng mechanical energy. Nagkakaintindihan po sa pinagkaiba ng method of ignition kung papaano sumabog or nagkaroon ng combustion under gasoline and diesel engine.
Yes po, sir.
Others po.
Yes po, sir.
Yes po, sir.
No. Bigyan nyo ka ng 1 minute. CCR lang. Inom kayo ng tubig. Mabilis lang, 1 minute.
Dalawa po, isang SO30 at isang sandali. Seven. Hindi kasi sa fourth year, hindi first and second year po 30 days. Tapos third year, fourth year po yung 7. Hindi po kapag-use ko sa litos ko.
Baka nang magbago na sila.
Yung dati pa.
Baka 13. Ay, 13.
Sa mga isko pag pinasok ko sa source ay hindi naman na yung naka-online you need it
Bago ang sila gawa
ang pinang sa mga ano? Matcha ko spaghetti. Nag-enjoy na kami.
may guri ko lang ang
Sorry na. Rinig na dito. Sorry.
Rinig po.
That's good. Thank you so much. Now, sunod naman is according to the cooling system. There are 2 types of cooling system. The first one is the air-cooled engine, and the second one is the water-cooled engine. Itong cooling system na to, parehas lang din ang cooling system. Depende lang talaga sa design kung anong gagawin nila ng type of cooling system. But both of them are applicable naman. Ano ba yung air-cooled engine? Air-cooled engines use the flow of air over the engine surface to remove excess heat generated during combustion. Cooling fins are often incorporated into the engine design to increase surface area, allowing heat to dissipate more effectively. This type of cooling is simpler, lighter, and requires fewer components compared to water-cooled systems, making it ideal for motorcycles, small cars, lawn mowers, and aircraft engines. However, air-cooled engines may experience greater temperature variations and are generally less effective in maintaining a consistent operating temperatures. Later ka explain, masahin muna natin yung water-cooled. Water-cooled engine or water-cooled engines uses a liquid coolant, typically a mixture of water and antifreeze, in order to absorb heat from the engine and transfer it to a radiator where it is released into the air. This system maintains a more stable operating temperature, which improves efficiency, reduces wear, and allows for higher engine performance. Water cooling is commonly used in cars, trucks, and large industrial engines due to its effectiveness in managing heat under varying loads and environmental conditions. While more complex and heavier than air cooling system, water cooling provides superior thermal control. Ngayon, ang air-cooled is, in terms of comparison, mas ginagamit ng industrial, ng mga nasa industries, itong water-cooled engine. Bakit water-cooled engine kaysa sa air-cooled? Yung sabi dito, lighter, simpler, and requires component. Dito naman sa water-cooled, it's really complex, heavier. Bakit water-cooled? Kasi we are dealing with efficiency and effectiveness. In terms of effectiveness and efficiency, water-cooled engine, bakit? Kasi ang main source or main fluid na ginagamit natin for water-cooled engine is water. Ginagamit nating working fluid is water in order to reduce the heat or lower the temperature. Unlike dito sa air-cooled engine, gagamitan natin ng working fluid as air. At hindi naman natin alam na at every day, constant ba yung flow ng air na dadaloy dito sa ating engine? Enough ba yung flow ng air na papasok dito sa engine para pababain or to minimize the temperature or the heat that is being generated by the engine? Di ba? Unlike dito sa water-cooled, tubig lang. So, anti-freeze. When enough water tayo, we can prepare to attain or to sustain yung water na gagamitin natin sa water-cooled. Unlike dito sa air, nakadepende syempre sa ating environment. Kaya mas efficient siya, mas effective siya kasi nga pagdating dun pa nga lang sa ating tinatawag na working fluid. We have enough air, we have enough water and antifreeze na maaaring gamitin para gumana yung ating chip. Though it's a complex in design and heavier still, in terms of productivity, water-cooled is the best compared dito sa ating air-cooled. Okay? Now, in terms of the basic design, ito naman, feel ko naman itong reciprocating. Ano ko malang spelling ko? Reciprocating versus rotary. Reciprocating, syempre, ang reciprocating natin, explain ko na to. Reciprocating is engine has one or more cylinders in which pistons reciprocates back and forth. The combustion chamber is located in the closed end of each cylinder. Power is delivered to a rotating output crankshaft by mechanical linkages with a piston. Gaya nga na sabi ko sa inyo, when you say reciprocating, the guided crankshaft, ito ay shaft ng ating piston. Ito ang piston. Ano ang magiging rotation ng ating crankshaft? Ikot lang yan. Tama ga?
Yes po,
Circular
sir.
lang. No. Siyempre, pag circular, anong rotation ng piston? Ganun lang din. Susunod lang din sa crankshaft. Tama, diga? Ganito lang din yan. Tama?
Yes po, sir.
Ang piston. Anong movement ng piston?
Up and down lang po.
Pwede bang reciprocating yan? Pwedeng reciprocating, yes or no?
Yes po, sir.
No. Ay, ang piston natin hanggang dito. Paano iikot yan? Stop lamang yung rotating. And then tama kayo na ang piston is only up and down. Diba? Nabivisualize ka? Nabivisualize?
Yes po.
Yes po, sir.
Yes po, Yan. Diba? Now, in terms of rotating or rotary, engine is made of a black or stator built around a large 9-concentric rotor and crankshaft. The combustion chamber are built into a non-rotating block. So, non-concentric lang yung rotors and crankshaft natin. Next one, according to positions in the number of cylinders of reciprocating engines. Madali lang itong intindihin. First one is the single cylinder. From the word itself, single, iisa ang cylinder. Ilan nakita yung cylinder or engine? Iisa. That's it. Ang single cylinder is consists of one piston, one crankshaft, and one shaft that is connected to the piston. Tingnan natin yung definition ng cylinder. Cylinder, engine has only one and piston connected to the crankshaft. Yun lang, only one cylinder. Inline. Ang aking palatandaan sa inline is that straight line lang yung ating piston ay yung ating shaft and parallel sila sa isa't isa. No, kung ang aking engine ay ganitong output, dapat same lang din sa first engine, second engine, third engine, and fourth engine. Kung ikot lang yun ang papaganto, dapat ganun din yung ikot niyan. Tingnan natin yung definition. Inline are positioned in a straight line, one behind the others, along the length of the crankshaft. They consist of 2 to 11 cylinders or possibly more. In 4-cylinder engines, 4-cylinder engines, inline 4-cylinder engines are very common for automobiles and other applications, while inline 6 and 8 cylinders are historically common automobile engines. Inline engines are sometimes called straight 6 or straight 8. Okay. Now, pagdating naman sa V engines, ganito lang naman ang ating definition ng V-line engine. So, V-line engines, kung mapapansin nyo, dapat naka-V-shape yung ating shaft, which is connected to 2-cylinder o 1-cylinder, 2-cylinder. Connected sa shaft and then may isang crankshaft. Yun lang naman. Basta yung shaft naka-V-shape, okay na yan. Automatically, you can identify that this one is V-line engine. V engine. At tingnan natin yung definition. Basahin natin. 2 bunks of cylinder at an angle reach each other along a single crankshaft. The angle between the bunks of cylinders can be anywhere from 15 to 20 degrees with 60 to 90 degrees being common. Depende yan. Kung anong gusto mong angle. Depende yan sa design ng inyong company or ng inyong industry. The engines have even numbers of cylinders from 2 to 20 or more. Like for example, V6. Ibig sabihin ng V6 and V8, those are common for automobiles. With 12, V12s and V16, historic found in luxury and high-performance vehicles. For example, V6. Ibig sabihin ng V6, 6 na cylinder, 3 V. 1. 6 na cylinder, parang ganun. And then, 3 form ng V. That is V6. Kapag V8, didagdagan lang natin ng 2. Basta, V8 is the number of cylinders and V, kung ilan yung form ng V, 3. Divide lang sa 2. Kaya laging, dapat siya ay naka-even number. Next one is the opposed. Actually, itong opposed cylinder engine, same lang din naman ito ng sa V engine. In my evaluations. Pero let us read. Opposed cylinder engine, 2 bunks of cylinder, ganun pa rin, opposite each other on a single crankshaft. A V engine with a 180 degrees. These are common on small aircraft and some automobiles with an even number of cylinders from 2 to 8 or more. These engines are often called a flat engines or flat 4, opposed cylinder engine. Same lang din yan sa V-line engine. Next one is the W engine. When we say W engine, syempre dapat ang ating shaft ng piston ay naka-W. That's it. Pag naka-W yan, di W engine. Ang W engines, kadalasan ang pinaka-popular number of cylinder is 3. 1, 2, 3. Dito po 5. Depende yan sa design, no? Pero most of the W engines na nakikita ko, 3 lang yung cylinder. But yeah, sometimes, 5 yan or madami. Now, ano ba yung ating W engine? Same as the V engine. Same lang naman yan sa V engine, no? Titingnan ninyo, that is same as the V engine. Ikaw yan, V engine. V engine yan. It's just that, siyempre, V engine. It's just that, siyempre, nadagdagan ng panibagong shaft kaya nagkaroon ng W. Except with 3 bunks of cylinders on the same crankshaft. 2 bunks lang naman yung, or 2 cylinders lang naman yung ating V engine. Not common, but some have been developed for racing automobiles, both modern and historic. Usually 12 cylinders with about 60 angle between each box. No, hindi naman siya masyadong ginagamit, pero may mga nakapag-develop na for racing automobiles. Now, is the opposed piston engine. Itong opposed piston engine, parang ang pinakapalatandaan ko dito, medyo complex yung design niya. Kaya opposed piston engine, and also, ang palatandaan ko lang dito, ginagamit ito ng 2-stroke engine. So, yan. Depende sa design, ha? So, this one is the design of a opposed piston engine. A sample, opposed piston engine. When we say opposed piston engine, is that 2 pistons in each cylinder with a combustion chamber in the center between the pistons. 2 pistons in each cylinder with the combustion chamber in the center between the pistons. A single combustion process causes 2 power strokes at the same time, with each piston being pushed away from the center and delivering power to a separate crankshaft at the end of the cylinder. Engine output is either on 2 rotating crankshaft or on 1 crankshaft incorporating complex mechanical linkages. Yun nga, complex mechanical linkages. Kung mapapansin nyo, yung mga linkages niya is really complex. Like for example, ito, ang rotation niyan, ang mangyayari, itong piston na to, bababa, ikot lang yan ng ikot and then pataas. Mabilis lang din na yung rotation, however, the linkages or the connections of each components ay kompletado. Now, the last one is the radial engine. Pag radial engine, kapag nakakita kayo ng ganyan, ang tawag dyan is naka-in circular position yung mga piston natin. So, kung mapapansin nyo, naka-in circular siya, nakapabilog. Kumbaga. Tignan nga natin, radial engines with piston positioned in a circular frame around the central crankshaft. The connecting rod of the pistons are connected to a small rod, which in turn is connected to the crankshaft. A bank of cylinder on a radial engine always has an odd number of cylinders that is ranging from 3 to 13 or more. Operating on a 4-stroke cycle, every other cylinder fires and has a power stroke as the crankshaft rotates, giving smooth operations. Many medium and large-size propeller-driven aircrafts use radial engines. For large aircrafts, 2 or more bunks of cylinders are mounted together, and this one behind on the other, on a single crankshaft, making 1 power. Smooth engine, very large ships engines exist with up to 54 cylinders, with 6 bunks of 9 cylinders each. Wow. Now, according to the speed engine, siguro naman aware na naman kayo sa low speed, medium speed, and high speed. Siyempre, nakadepende yung speed natin based on the design and its application. Sometimes, yung 2,500 can be considered as a high-speed engine. Yung iba can be considered as a medium-speed engine. Depende yan. And then, according to the applications of the engine, ano ba yung mga pinagagamitan ng internal combustion engine? Marine engine, aircraft, automobile, and stationary. And lastly, according to the operations of cycles. So, meron tayong tinatawag na cycles ng ating internal combustion engine, which is the Otto cycle, diesel cycle, and the dual cycle. So, itong 3 cycle na to, dito maglalaro ang ating midterm examinations for the computations and applications. Si Otto, si diesel, hanggang sa 2. Now, proceed tayo with the thermodynamic fundamentals. Siguro naman, aware naman kayo about the principles of thermodynamics laws. Nabanggit ba to before sa inyo? Zeroth law, first law, second law, and third law.
Yes po, sir.
Others po.
Yes.
Yes po.
So no need to deeper explain this topic, no? Since aware na naman kayo about these thermodynamic principles. But let us proceed with the ideal gases. Aware tayo that the formula, in order for us the general formula of the ideal gases is PV equals to MRT. Have you encountered this formula?
Yes po, sir.
Yes po.
Yung iba? What is P stands for?
Pressure po.
Pressure po,
V.
sir.
Ang V,
Volume po.
ang M,
Mass po.
Mas.
ang T,
Temperature.
Temperature po.
ang R,
Gas
Gas constant po.
Air standard
and
po.
which
Standard.
is the universal gas constant. Universal gas constant. So, syempre, for air, meron tayong universal gas constant for metric and SL. Ngayon, ang MW stands for the molecular weight. O take note of that the molecular weight of air is 29. Tapos ulihin nyo na. Matatandaan nyo naman yan. Now, pagdating dito sa R, paki-edit ako nito, 8.314 lang kilojoule per mole Kelvin ang ating R, at pag naka-English is 1.545 pound feet mole Fahrenheit. Now, kung mapapansin nyo dito, may PV equals to nRT. What is N stands for? Anong tawag dito?
Number of moles po.
Yan, the number of moles. So take note of that. Kasi dito, meron tayong tinatawag ng mga molecular masses. Sa mga molecular mass, ang mga present na element for air is si C, H2O2, and 2S2. Meron din HA. What is C stands for?
Carbon po.
Carbon. Very good. H2. Anong tawag sa H?
Hydrogen po.
Ang O,
Oxygen po.
ang N,
Nitrogen po.
and ang S.
Sulfur po.
Ang HA,
Helium po.
anong tawag sa mga helium, argon, neon, AR pala? Anong tawag sa mga yan? Anong class to? Anong tawag sa class na to? Or family, rather? Dahil tayo sa chemistry.
Noble
Anong tawag
gases
dyan?
po.
Noble gases po.
Very good. Those are considered as a noble gases. So, in terms of the molecular weight, since alam natin carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, di ba specifically in terms of the molecular weight, alam na rin that carbon is 12. How about the oxygen? What is the molecular mass? Molecular mass of the hydrogen.
1 po,
Based
sir.
on the periodic. Again.
1 po.
Only one. Eh, ang oxygen,
16 po.
nitrogen,
40,
14 po.
and the sulfur,
32 po.
32. Ang tinatanong naman natin is molecular weight. All we need to do is to sundin, to follow the basis of the molecular formula. For example, or the molecular formula of hydrogen is H2. Kaya 1 times 2, ang molecular weight niya is 2. Oxygen is O2, 32. Molecular weight ng nitrogen is 48. 28. Magkaiba ang molecular mass sa molecular weight. Nagkakaintindihan po?
Yes po, sir.
Others po.
Yes po, sir.
Yes po.
Delivery ko lang, are.
Yes.
Now, pagdating sa ating specific heat, na-encounter yung mga ganong formula? Ikaw lang tayo. Na-encounter to? Yes or no? Not yet?
Na-encounter naman po yung iba po.
Yung iba?
Na-encounter mo.
Okay. Ano, tatandaan? No. Our K is equals to Cp over Cv. Ang R is equals to Cp minus Cv. Ang Cv is equals to R over K minus 1. At ang pang-apat, kapag may cellphone ka, mayaman ka, RK, that is K minus 1. So, tatandaan yung mga formula lang yun. Kasi baka mamaya, sa problem, given ng Cp, saka given ng Cv, pinapahanap ang R. So, gagamitin ng formula. Instead of 8.314, dapat ang R natin is equivalent to Cp minus Cv if both of them are given. Or the specific heat at constant pressure and specific heat at constant volume. Now, pagdating sa K, na-encounter to? Yes or no?
Yes po, sir.
Yes po. Yes po.
For hot air standard, take note that K is equals 1.3 and 1.4 is for cold air. Now, for the constant values of Cp and Cv or the specific heat at constant pressure, that is 1.0062 kilojoule kilogram per Kelvin. Kilogram per Kelvin. Kapag naka-English, that is 0.24. That is BTU per pound mass Rankine. Ngayon, pagdating sa Cv, take note of this one, pakipalitan po ko, that is 0.7186 kilojoule per kilogram Kelvin. Okay? Pag English unit, 0.171, that is BTU per pound mass Rankine. Dapat yun yung gagamitin natin na pag tayo ay nag-solve. Maliwanag na tayo doon.
Yes po.
Others po.
Yes po,
Yes.
sir.
Now, in terms of the combined gas law, ito na lang sa uluhin nyo. Natutunan ko ito dati sa aking chemistry teacher. That is P beta Pavati. P V ta is equals to pa va T. So kung ating i-rearrange P1 V1, ang T1 natin nandito, kapag transfer natin sa left side, kababayan, then P2 V2 all over T1. Ano nga? So, T2. So, galing pa rin siya dito. In terms of Boyle's law is constant pressure, temperature. Kapag tinanggal natin to, that is P1 V1 over P2 V2. Pag Charles law, sample that is constant pressure. Tanggal lang to. Tanggal to. That is V1 over T1 over V2 over T2. Kapag constant pressure na, constant volume, tanggalin lang yung volume per Gay-Lussac's law. That's P1 over T1 is equals to P2 over T2. Ano? Diyan ang galing yung ating Boyle's law, Charles law, and Gay-Lussac's law sa combined gas law. Okay? Nare-recall? Nare-recall ka?
Yes po, sir.
Ay, tayo nagsosolve na. Now, tanda ang 7 generals. Di ba meron tayong table ng 7 generals during your thermodynamics 1?
Yes po, sir.
Oy, have you encountered the 7 generals?
Yes po.
Yes po, sir.
Yes po.
Ngayon, kinakailangan pa rin sa ulo ninyo yung 7 generals. So may pinrovide naman ako na 7 generals sa inyong manual. So paki-aral na lang, paki-review na lang ulit ako ng ating 7 generals kasi napakahalaga niyan pag tayo ay nag-solve. Like for example, constant isochoric. O, alam natin that isochoric is constant volume. Kaya ganito yung ating formula. So on and so forth. No. Sige nga, let us try to solve this problem number 1. So, ganito, pag kayo ay may manual, gaya nga ng sabi ko sa inyo, pag may mga problem sa module, sasagutan niyo yan. Even though diniscuss natin, still you need to write the solutions. O swerte nyo kapag nilagyan natin ng solution yung manual. If if hindi natin na-discuss, still it's mandatory to have an answer. And syempre, kahit anong sulat, no? Kung pwede kayong bahala. Walang lapis man or ballpen, it's up to you. Nasa harap man ng problem number 1 or nasa likod, nasa sa inyo. Basta ipa-follow nyo lang kung paano tayong mag-solve. Basta may sagot, it's okay. Maliwanag po tayo doon.
Yes po.
Yes po, sir.
Okay, siya. Sige. Sagutan natin itong question number 1. In an internal combustion engine, working on a constant volume cycle, the pressure, volume, and temperature at the beginning of compressions are 101.325 kPa, 113 liters, and 48 degrees respectively. And the ratio of compression is 10. During combustion, constant volume, the gas receives 95 kilojoule of heat. Taking compression according to the law, PV at constant as 1.37, specific heat at constant volume is 0.712 kilojoule per kilogram Kelvin, and gas constant is 0.29, that is kilojoule per kilogram Kelvin. Calculate the mass of gas compressed. Take note, when we are dealing with a computation, dating manual, dapat lagi kong makikita on the evaluations of the given. First, we need to evaluate the given. Kailangan na, pag kayo maglalagay ng solution, may given. So sabi dito, at the beginning of compression or during thermodynamics, kapag nagkaroon ng compression, that is 101.325 kPa. And now, meron tayong V1 na 113 liters. Meron tayong temperature na 48 degrees Celsius. And sabi dito, may compression ratio or RK tayo na 10. Okay? During the combustion, meron the constant volume na na-receive, that is QAV. QA na-receive, heat added, constant volume, that is V. Yeah, QAV, that is 95 kilojoule. Ay, nagre-recall lang tayo ha. And then, taking compression according to the law, PVK constant daw, so ang K natin dyan is 1.37. And then, specific at constant volume or CV, 0.712, that is kilojoule, kilogram Kelvin, and universal gas constant na 0.29 kilojoule per kilogram Kelvin. Maliwanag po sa given, nakakaintindihan?
Yes po, sir.
Ang sunod, kinakailangan kong makita yung word na required. So ano bang hinahanap natin dito? What is being asked here in the problem?
Yung mas.
Yung mass. Ganun lang. And also, the next one is the schematic diagram. It's really important to draw the schematic diagram. Since ito ay may halong thermodynamics and combustion, hindi nyo maiintindihan agad yung schematic diagram. Saka ako na lang lagyan, balik tayo sa problem na to kapag diniscuss natin yung combustion. Would it be alright?
Yes po, sir.
Kasi hindi nyo maiintindihan ng schematic diagram kasi pinaghalong thermodynamics to at combustion. Saka na, pag na-appreciate na natin. And next one is kinakailangan andyan dyan yung ating solution. Okay? Ngayon, ano kayang formula natin gagamitin? Which is the ideal gas law. Diba? That is P1V1 is equals to MR P1. Using this formula, we can get yung mass as P1V1 over RP1. Tama ba po?
Yes po. Yes po.
Okay. Kasi substitute all the values in our problem and let us do a unit cancellation. Now, ang P1 natin is 101.325. Kapag isi-simplify natin yung kPa sa unit, ano pa yung other term or conversion for kPi? kPa pa. That is, what is the simplified conversion ng kPa?
kilonewton
per meter squared.
Very good. Kilonewton over meter squared is also considered as kPa. Tika, naiintindihan niyo to?
Yes po, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Ay ganyan na magsusolution na. Kinakailangan yung simplify ang ating conversion. Now, ang volume natin is naka-liter. Ngayon, ito ay naka-meter. How many 113 liters are there in cubic meter? Conversion.
1,000 po.
Uulitin ko, how many 113 liters are there in cubic meter?
0.113 cubic meter po.
Very good. That is 0.113 cubic meter. Saan po nang galing? Conversion. Kaya napakahalaga ng conversion. Magkakaintindihan?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Now, speaking of R, that is 0.29 kilojoule, that is kilogram Kelvin. Eh, anong temperature natin? 48. How can we convert it into Kelvin?
Plus 273.15 po.
273.15. Oh, how? Ano ang ating sagot sa ating temperature in terms of Kelvin?
321.15.
21.15 po.
Okay. And then all we need to do is to magkakaroon tayo ng unit cancellation. Ay nga, pag tayo nagkaroon ng solution, ipapakita niyo sa akin ang unit cancellation. Nagkakaintindihan?
Yes po,
Yes
sir.
po.
Oh, cancel to? Cancel? Anong matitira? Meter. Tama?
Yes po.
Ano pa? Ito at ito. Kelvin to Kelvin. Tama?
Yes po, sir.
Tama ba? Ano pa? Meron pa ba o wala na?
Sa kilojoule po.
Paano? Wala namang kilojoule sa numerator.
Ang kilonewton.
May tatime po dun po sa meters po.
Again.
May mapagsasama po yung kilojoules and meter po.
Mapagpasasama ang kilojoule at meter.
Pwede pong
Wrong.
i-simplify yung kilojoule into kilonewton times meter po. Mas
Very good.
Kilonewton meter.
Very good. Ang 1 kilonewton daw times meter ay equivalent sa 1 kilojoule. Meaning to say, kapag itinimes natin itong kilonewton sa meter, ilipat ko lang din makakancel out to. Tama?
Yes po,
Yes
sir.
po,
po.
sir.
And then, kung mapapansin ninyo, ang kilojoule natin dito, ang kilogram natin ay naka 1 over, ang kilogram natin is nasa denominator, di ba? So, denominator, ito ang numerator, itong mga nasa taas, and then naka 1 over kilogram pa. Di ga? Tama ga?
Yes po, sir.
Yes po.
Ngayon, kapag yan sinimplify natin, algebra, kapag may 1 dito, yan ay tataas ang kilogram. So, ang magiging unit natin ay kilogram. Nagkakaintindihan po? Algebra.
Yes po, sir.
That's good. Tanggal lang to. And then, what is the mass?
0.1229388.459 po.
Wait lang. 122,
9388.459 po.
nakuha nyo to? Itong mass natin?
Yes po, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Goods. Paki-screenshot ako at para may mga isulat kayong sagot sa inyong activity, sa inyong module, which is 10% of your grade. And this problem number 2 will serve as your assignment. And then once you have your module, you can actually input your answers doon. Okay. So then sa GC, 1098, 765, 432, and 1. 1098, 765, 432, and 1. Okay na? Na-screenshot na?
Yes po, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Do you have questions regarding sa ating mga diniscuss na topics? Ay,
Wala po,
naintindihan.
sir.
Tapa naman po.
Madali pa yan. Nagre-recall pa lang tayo. No? Bang wala pa tayo sa exciting part. Madam, we have questions. Okay na? Sige, ako lang magdi-dismiss na at ako yung magcha-charge lang ng aking headset pa hindi ako makapagtulong sa susunod na klase. Kasi next time please, iilan lang na naririnig kong boses tapos yun na ulit ang nasagot. Don't worry, yan mga nasagot na yan. Hayaan nyo. Kayo may kalalang yan. Ano nga, yun may balik sa inyo. Take note of that. Hintayin nyo lang sa time. If you don't have any more questions, that would be all for today. Thank you so much guys and ingat kayo palagi.